Hey guys, I'm adding this in last second, so sorry for the bad mic quality for this quick beginning editor's note. So basically this video is about a big Nintendo news drop happening before E3 and why I think that probably will happen and Nintendo should do it. And I go over reasons why I think, they should have a news drop before E3. And that first reason is Mario Maker 2. Now in that first reason section, I'd probably mentioned multiple times how Mario Maker 2 doesn't have a release date. That is because I recorded this, and then of course Nintendo, being Nintendo, just trying to ruin literally everything. No, Nintendo has really bad timing when it comes to me making videos. I don't know why, but they released the release date randomly, so in case you somehow haven't heard, it's coming out June 28th. They just randomly tweeted about it. But yeah, if like a sentence or two in that first part doesn't make sense because of that, then I'm sorry for any inconvenience that causes, but I'm still going to leave the Mario Maker 2 reason in, solely because I do believe that still makes sense. Obviously, we got a release date, but that's not like any gameplay. We didn't get anything actually about the game, just when it's coming out. So therefore, I think the reasoning and stuff still makes sense. Just if I mention like, we know it's coming out in June, but then don't say June 28th, now you know why. Thank you and enjoy the video. So as I'm sure you guys all know, the April Nintendo Direct rumors were in full force earlier this month. There were a lot of rumors from some credible and some not so credible sources, and obviously all those rumors have come and gone. And I mean, however, there was no Direct, so all the hype that was with those rumors has now gone as well. However, I do think that there could be a Direct before E3. Everyone's just writing off a supposed late April or early May Direct. However, I do think that could happen. Obviously, you don't want to have a Direct too close to E3 because at that point Nintendo should save their games. But there is a chance, and there are a couple of reasons that really make me think that we are getting some sort of information dump. Maybe not a general Direct, maybe just a game-specific Direct, or maybe just a couple trailers dropped, not even a Direct at all. But there is some information that we do need to know before E3, and that's what we're going to be discussing today. What's going on, guys? It's Thomas from the Switch Stop, and welcome to this video discussing why I do think there will be a Direct, or at least some sort of information drop, before Nintendo's big E3 event, which I believe is on June 12th, although I'm not sure on the exact date just yet. So the first reason is the most obvious. However, I don't really see anyone talking about this when discussing Nintendo's plans for the months ahead up until E3. Mario Maker 2, I mean, this has got to be the most obvious one, at least in my eyes. I mean, Mario Maker 2 is coming out in June, and it is going to be a huge game, arguably the best-selling game of the year for Nintendo. It sounds weird to say that because it's coming out in June, and normally Nintendo saves their best-selling games for later in the year, but to be honest, I don't see Animal Crossing beating Mario Maker. I mean, I know Animal Crossing sells amazing, but Mario Maker is Mario. Mario always sells phenomenal, and if we're not counting Pokemon, I think Mario Maker is probably Nintendo's biggest hit for this year, so they're going to want to blow it out. However, they haven't given us any information apart from that original trailer, and I think like this weird like website update that says, hey, this full website is coming soon. I think they're going to want to show us something before E3 because we know that game is coming out in June, so you don't want to wait until 10 days into June to actually show us something. That just is not good from a marketing standpoint at all. They're going to want to blow out the game. I thought they were going to do it in April, but now I'm leaning obviously more towards early May in either a Mario Maker 2 specific Direct or just like a overview trailer dropped on their YouTube channel. But Mario Maker 2 seems like a bigger game than would just get like a trailer dropped, kind of like how Yoshi's Crafted World got that story trailer dropped all the way back in 2018, I think. So to be honest, I think that we are getting this Mario Maker 2 either Direct or trailer in a normal general Direct coming in May, because to be honest, I don't think they're going to save all of this Mario Maker 2 goodness for June, because they're going to want to talk about it more before its release month finally rolls around. At least that's how I think Nintendo will try and handle it, and it's how they've handled stuff like this in the past. The next reason that I think they're going to have some sort of information dump, maybe not exactly a direct, is Nintendo's mobile market. So Nintendo Mobile has always been kind of weird in how they reveal information. A lot of the information has come through directs, but never have they actually had mobile stuff shown off in a general Nintendo Direct. It always gets its own thing. However, with two Mario mobile games in particular coming out later this summer, I believe they're both slated for, and if you don't know what I'm talking about Mario Kart Tour and Dr. Mario World. Those games are both slated for the summer. All we have for them is a logo, so this has been my running theory for a while now, but I think we are going to get their own separate mobile direct, the first of its kind, where they go over a bunch of mobile games, maybe new content coming to Animal Crossing, not Amiibo Festival, Jesus, Animal Crossing Pocket Camp and Fire Emblem Heroes, because those games are still getting drip-fed content due to the fact that they have such massive player bases, still spending money on in-app purchases. Then we get the reveal for Dr. Mario World and Mario Kart Tour, maybe the announcement of one more mobile app, and then boom, that's Nintendo's very first mobile direct. It doesn't have to be longer than 20 minutes, and it would be a good way to kind of ease Nintendo into the mobile market a bit more, because their involvement has been very light, so to speak, so far, and I know with Mario Kart Tour, they're probably going to be pushing mobile a lot harder, because that game can and probably will blow up if Nintendo plays their cards right. So I don't think they'd show off those two mobile games at E3, just because Nintendo has always tried to keep their mobile market separate from their video game market. They haven't really done any crossovers besides like with Nintendo Switch Online, but that's not with a mobile game. And on top of that, I don't know. Personally, I don't really see them talking about mobile games during E3, especially with how brief they've been keeping their E3 showcases. I remember 2017 was 25 minutes, 2018 was like 20 minutes plus the 40-minute smash, or plus the 20-minute Smash Bros thing, which made it total 40 minutes. So I don't see them talking about mobile games in their E3 show of 2019. That's just me personally, I don't see it. However, we are going to get information of those games soon because they're coming out in summer, so either we get a presentation right before or right after E3, but like, yeah, I'd say right before, because I don't think they're going to wait until after E3, because at that point it's already summer, it's past it's the release window. I don't know, personally, I think we're getting some sort of mobile information before E3. Will it be in a direct? I don't know, but yeah. Reason number 4 is the supposed Switch Pro, Switch Mini that everyone has been talking about recently. We've gotten, once again, a ton of rumors. However, if we've learned anything about rumors, take it with a grain of salt. I think that's what I'm trying to say here. And so, with all these rumors, there's been one common thread, which is maybe a Pro is coming later, maybe it's been scrapped, doesn't matter. The Nintendo Switch Mini, or at least some sort of mini revision, is launching this summer. And we just got a rumor, I believe, from Bloomberg, which said it could be launching as soon as this June. So in that case, we do have to get some sort of hardware news very, very soon, because obviously Nintendo, with something as big as a new hardware revision, especially for something like the Switch, where this would be a huge deal for Switch owners, or not Switch owners, but just the general gaming public, I think Nintendo would definitely want to announce this a while before it comes out. If this June rumor is true, obviously they're not going to want to put a trailer out in June and then release it in June, meaning that we would get a trailer relatively soon in May. You just never really know with Nintendo's whole console revision thing. I remember sometimes they hyped these up to be like new console releases, and sometimes they're just like, yeah, here's a new console revision. But regardless of what they do, whether or not they show off the console revision at E3 is questionable. Obviously, E3 was originally meant to show off new consoles and new stuff like that. That's where the DS Lite was revealed, the Game Boy Advance, a lot of Nintendo handhelds. I remember, I don't think this was at E3, but it was at a similar press conference where Iwata unveiled the Wii from his jacket pocket. However, obviously Nintendo doesn't do real-life press conferences. They opt for presentations streamed like electronically. And on top of that, I don't remember the last time, if ever, Nintendo's shown off a console redesign at E3. So once again, technically it could be shown off at E3. Judging by past trends, I'd expect that this supposed Switch Mini, once again, if it even exists at all, would be shown off before E3 in a potential maybe direct or presentation. The last reason is not necessarily a reason for why it will happen, but a reason against people saying it won't happen. A lot of people are saying a direct in May wouldn't make any sense just because it is so close to E3. And while obviously, yeah, it is really close to E3 and Nintendo would want to save a lot of games for, well, E3, that is not a reason for them to not do a direct in May. They've done plenty of directs in May in the past. Not only did they do a direct in May in 2013, but that was a long time ago, so we'll skip that. But then moving on to 2015, they did not only a Splatoon-based direct on May 7th, but they had a Wii U and Nintendo 3DS games direct on May 31st, but that was only in Japan. And then on June 1st, there was a Nintendo Direct Micro, which was literally right before Nintendo's digital E3 event. On top of that, there was a May Direct in 2017 that was ARMS plus a small segment on Splatoon 2, so it wasn't like a general direct, but it was a game-specific direct like what we might be getting with Super Mario Maker 2. We've also gotten a ton of other game-specific directs in May and even early June. I know Pokemon Company, they're kind of their own thing, so this doesn't really count, I guess, but the Pokemon Company often does directs even just a week in advance of E3. So in conclusion, you really can't say that just because it's close to E3, Nintendo won't show off anything, because while they might not show off a ton because they're going to save most stuff for E3, if this E3 is going to be as packed as we think it is, or as we know it is because of Pokemon Sword, Pokemon Shield, Animal Crossing Switch, Luigi's Mansion 3, Super Mario Maker 2, Legend of Zelda, Link's Awakening, all these other supposed rumored games, I'm sure I'm forgetting more now, I just can't remember, then there's no reason for them to not show off stuff before E3, because they've done it in the past. So I'm just saying, people saying that like it would be too close to E3, that's just kind of wrong, I guess, in a sense, because Nintendo hasn't cared about that before, so it's like, why would they care about it now? With that out of the way, those are 4 reasons why I do believe that Nintendo is probably going to have a direct presentation, or just any sort of presentation, or just big information drop before E3. It feels like there's so much stuff that E3 couldn't possibly contain it all. On top of that, with stuff like Super Mario Maker 2, Mario Kart Tour, Dr. Mario World, and a potential Switch Mini that are all slated to come out early summer, I think, even some coming out in June, then it wouldn't make sense to reveal that all at E3 because it would be too close from like showing it off and revealing it to releasing it. So I do believe that we will get some information in May, and I know that that is not the general public consensus, but that's why I'm making this video, just to give my thoughts on the matter. But I want to hear yours down below. What do you guys think? Do you think we will be getting a direct, or are you unsure, yes or no? Just let me know, I'm curious, and if you have like good reasons and stuff that I didn't mention in this video, comment them down below as well. Like the video if you did enjoy, and subscribe if you are new. I'm Thomas on the Switch Stub, signing off. Peace.